with Susan for a 25-minute session or so, and she's given us a chat text, and I'll just read that out. The etheric body of the human being is a brilliant complex of radiant energy. Etheric force flows along every nerve, so that each fibre seems to be filled with an internal light. It glistens in the cell tissue, and the minute particles appear like tiny stars. In pulsing waves, it pours out from the nerve ends and extends several inches beyond the skin. Ethers fill all organisms with vitality and life. And that text is from The Eternal Ethers, A Theory of Everything by Douglas Gabriel. And it was published in 2017. So Susan, can you share with us on the video? I will just switch over to Susan's video so you can see the book that she's holding up, because obviously just now you saw my face. So Susan, if you say something now.
Oh, hello, yeah.
Yeah, great.
Okay, so this is the book that I've been reading. It's a lovely book, and that passage came in this book. And what struck me was that, I don't know if Helena's still here. She was under the alias of Kevin Davison.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, hi. Hi. She mentioned this in our last Bothmer session that we were together in March in the UK, and she said that the human body is filled with light. Quite often we think it's very dark on the inside, and she was suggesting that some scientists have indicated that there's light in our bodies, and this light might be linked to our consciousness. And I thought this was a very beautiful image, and having read that, then I thought, oh yeah, that all ties in together. So thank you, Helena, for your contribution. Okay, so what we're going to do today is do a little bit of stretching and then move into an exercise. So what I'd like you to do is, I'm going to sit down for this so it's easy for you to see me, but you can stand or be comfortable, and just imagine a rib cage lift. So that is when somebody gets your rib cage and lifts it from the back and just tilts it forward slightly. And this brings down the front of the ribs. So we don't need to stick our chest out, we're bringing that down, and we've got this lengthening through the back here. Then, with your right hand, take your right hand and put it up behind your back. So it's palm facing out, right hand up at your back. And just allow your head to drop over to the left. So we're getting a nice stretch around the neck and the shoulder. And you can bring your left hand and place it on your shoulder just to encourage the shoulder down. You don't need to pull it down, just the weight of your hand on your shoulder will be enough to encourage that shoulder down. And then you might want to move your head around to appreciate the stretch a little bit more. And I was thinking about this quote about the light, and I thought, if we lived in a house with 1,000 rooms, a really big house, we probably wouldn't visit each of those rooms every day. We'd probably go between about 5 of the rooms. And then what would we do if we came across a room that we haven't visited for ages? It'd be all dark and cobwebby, and we'd have to clear it out. And I feel this is the same with our bodies sometimes. Sometimes we pay attention to other places and neglect some places. So now we're just going to help bring light to some of these places. What I'd like you to do now is turn your palm around. So the palm is facing your back, and again, try and get that shoulder down. Lean your head over to the left, and just allow this to lengthen, lighten, fill with light. You might want to give it a squeeze. Check your ribs are down, rib cage lifted, down at the front. And just give yourself a squeeze, Pull that shoulder down. Imagine the light filling the space and then filling the space around your shoulder. So you don't just stop at your physical body, we extend beyond that and imagine all of this space filled with light. Move your head to where it feels good for you, where that stretch really feels significant, but not painful. Okay, take your arm away. Tilt your left ear to your shoulder as you have been, and imagine pushing your elbow, your right elbow away. And then imagine you have a bottle in your right hand. Tip that bottle out behind you. So you're pouring something out behind you. Right elbow is extending away from you. So you've got another stretch just down your arm, down the front of the shoulder. You can wiggle your shoulder around a bit, move your head a bit. Imagine light in and around your shoulder. Good, and then let that go. We're going to do the same thing on the left. So bringing your left hand around your back and then dropping your head to the right hand side. Filling your shoulder, your neck with light. Rib cage is lifted, so we're coming down at the front of our ribs. You can place your right hand on your left shoulder, just to encourage that shoulder down. We don't want to push it down, but just the weight of our hand will be enough to bring that shoulder down. Move your head in a way that feels good for you. Maybe experience the stretch slightly differently. Imagine the light filling the space inside and around your shoulder and your neck. And then take your palm at the back and flip it round so the palm faces your back. Same thing. Head over to the right, shoulder relaxed. Moving your head gently. Breathing, relaxing, using your imagination, fill the space with light. Good, and then taking that arm away, still having your ear to your right shoulder, push the elbow away or allow the elbow to extend away. And imagine having a drink in your hand and you're pouring that out behind you. You don't have to take your arm all the way back, but imagine the elbow stretching out from your body. Good, and then relax then. I'm going to stand up. Sorry, please excuse me. Okay, standing with your feet together, arms hanging by your side. Imagine your right arm is like a boat, and underneath the boat is water. And the tide comes in and the water expands the space underneath, and your right arm simply floats up. So now you're using the space around you to lift your arm. You don't need to use any muscles. Muscles are relaxed. And allow that space or that water to drift away and the boat simply lowers. So if we have a boat on the tide, the boat simply lifts and lowers without having to do anything. It's the water underneath the boat that lifts it and lowers it. And we want to have that exact same feeling with our arm. We want to allow our arm to lift because the space under here is increasing and decreasing. And we can use our imagination to fill it with a substance like water or honey, or we can fill it with a colour. So we can imagine a golden light or an orangey light, something getting bigger and smaller as we lift our arm. And our arm should feel like it floats up. Next time it becomes horizontal, just allow your arm to rest there for a moment. So you're resting on the space underneath your arm. And it's like you could stay here forever and ever. There's no muscles involved, there's no tension. It's just a lovely space to be on. And allow our arm to come down. And then we're going to go to our left side. So without having to point or make our arm in a line, we're just going to allow the arm to lift up, because the space underneath your arm is expanding. And then the space below your arm decreases and your arm comes down. There's nothing more to it. Just increasing and decreasing the space. Your muscles are relaxed. Your arm is loose. The space around you is working to move your physical body. And enjoy that feeling. Enjoy the feeling of moving in a way that's relaxing. And then bringing our arm up to horizontal. And when we're at the horizontal, just pause there for a moment. Our arm is simply lifted by the space underneath us. We could stay here for ages. Just feel the solidity of that substance underneath us. And then slowly bringing our arm down. Okay, both arms reaching down to spot either side of you, bringing your arms to horizontal. And then curling in to the walking in horizontal. So we've spiraled in, we've got our palms cradling our heart. And we're going to slowly, slowly uncurl. So it's the palms move out first. And then it's the fingertips join in. And just stop here for a moment. You want to check that you're not closing off in front of you, but you've got this expanse in front of you. And you come round till you meet infinity either side. And we're resting on that horizontal. And just come slightly the other way. Check our arms are in one line. And then we start to curl in. Shoulders relax. Palms cradle the heart. And then palms start to move out. Fingertips join in. Just check we've got this expansive moment here on the diagonal with our arms. Come to this expansive moment here where our arms are out by the side of us. And then continue. Coming in, cradling our heart. Feel the energy moving out, spreading your light out to the world, and then bringing your light in to you. Spreading your light out to the world, and then coming in. And as we go out, it's the heart that leads, it's the palms that lead, and then the intellect comes in with our fingertips. Fingertips are brushing on that watery surface, they curl in, and it's the heart that comes towards us. Heart moves away first. Fingertips join in as an expression of the intellect, and then they curl in, cradling our heart. If you have space, then you may start to walk forward. Feeling expansive in those moments. Feeling expansive and feeling at one with yourself. Feeling expansive and coming in. So the light is pouring out, and then you gather in the light to you. Both the light in your body and around your body. Enjoying the streams of etheric energy all around you. Palm to heart, a heart-warming activity. Palms lead and fingers join in. Spiraling in, spiraling out. Taking an in-breath in life and an out-breath in life. One more. And slowly coming to a finish. Good. We're going to do one more exercise because we've stretched our neck and our shoulders so beautifully. We're going to do the scales. So, checking you have room around you. Reaching one hand forward, one hand back, being lifted by the space underneath you, and take your lunge. Shoulders away from ears, gliding onto the back foot, tipping your arms up to vertical, feeling the space between your shoulder and your ear, coming back to horizontal, shifting your weight forward, and tipping once again up to vertical. It's like it's effortless to go down and come back up. Imagine that it is. Reaching one arm forward, one arm back, being lifted by the space around us. Feeling that sense of light forward and back through our arms and out of our fingers. Tipping up to vertical. Feeling the space between your shoulders and your ears. Lengthening your neck. Rib cage lifted. Coming back to horizontal. Feel that expansiveness before you close. I'm just going to turn a little slightly at an angle. Reaching, 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 reaching. Feeling that space underneath you. Simply being tipped up by the space around you. Check your ears are away from your shoulders. Give your neck and your shoulders some light and space. Feeling something underneath lifting you. Being drawn back. Feel the golden light around you and a stream of light coming through you. Make the substance around you thick with energy and light. And we'll do one more on each side. Reaching forward and back. And one more. Arms being lifted by the space. Feel that line of energy between your arms. Shoulders away from ears. Enjoy the space and the light around your neck. Good. And we'll finish there. So thank you, everybody. Nice to see you all.